Are you someone that loves blueberry scones as well? Then you have to try my blueberry scone recipe. This is the most delicious scone you'll ever eat. Come on, I'll show you just how easy it is.
We'll start with a heaped cup of flour, or 190 grams,
half a cup of sugar, or 100 grams, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then you want to add half a cup, or about 115 grams of butter, and grate it with a box grater is the easiest. I put my butter in the freezer so that it's easy to work with. And then I just grate it. I prefer to use a dough cutter, but you could use a fork or a spatula, whatever you've got, and you just want to cut the butter into the flour mix. So now we're going to get on with our wet ingredients. What I do is pop this in the fridge, because to get the best result with your scones, it needs to be cold. So I'm going to pop this in the fridge.
For the wet ingredients, we're going to start with half a cup of sourdough discard, or about 100 grams. If you don't have sourdough discard, that's fine. I do have an alternative in the description. About 1/4 cup, or 60 grams of thickened cream.
1 egg.
Teaspoon of vanilla.
And then just blend that together. Now we just want to pour our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. Just combine that together. I thought I had frozen blueberries, but I don't, so I always keep these dried ones in my pantry. I'm going to do a packet of those. There's 90 grams. And I'm going to do about 3/4 cup of white chocolate chips. Combine that.
The easiest way I find to do this is put my baking paper down flat, place my scone mix onto the baking paper, and I just make sure that my hands are lightly floured to stop it from sticking so much, and then shape it into a circle. Pop it into my baking tray, and for the best results you want this to be cold, so I pop this in the fridge for about 10-15 minutes. My scone mix has firmed up a bit, and I'm going to score the wedge pieces into it now. Give it a light brush with cream, which I forgot to do this time, and then sprinkle it over the top with some raw sugar. Now we're going to pop this into a preheated oven. It's 200 degrees standard oven, or 180 degrees fan force, and we'll cook it for 20 to 25 minutes until it's golden brown on top. I am going to make a quick glaze for this, so it's just half a cup of icing sugar, 1 tablespoon of milk, and about half a teaspoon of vanilla, and mix that together.
So these are actually in the air fryer at 160 degrees for about 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on it though. And then I do just go through my little divisions.
And while it's still hot, you want to drizzle your icing over the top. And just leave it to cool on your cooling rack. But of course I'm impatient, and look how good this looks inside. I can't wait to taste it. Now of course we have to do a taste test. It is so delicious. Even using the dried blueberries, it still tastes great. I find keeping a packet of dried blueberries in the pantry is just a handy thing to have. I do have the recipe using the sourdough discard, but I also have put a recipe without using that. So you've got either option. It's just there in the description. But make sure you like and save this so you can make these delicious scones for yourself and for your family. And of course, if you are someone that would like some cost of living solutions and little tips and tricks like this that make life a bit easier, then follow along.